everybody. Hello children, hello parents, hello guardians, hello brothers and sisters, and hello to everybody who makes sure and takes care of children, making sure that they receive the best care ever. Okay, so I want to share something small with you today, and this is in regards to the lesson and some of the things that we are doing. It is such a great privilege that we have this opportunity to be able to share together the word of the Lord, to be able to learn the word of the Lord, not just with the children, but also with everybody as a family. So what I would like to ask you is that I want all of us to be able to participate for the next 30 minutes or so together with the children. Okay, one of the things that we realize is that children best learn when they receive help and assistance. Okay, so it is there for us as parents, as guardians, as older brothers and sisters to be able to help the children even as we continue learning. Okay, some of the things that we do is that we are able to read the Bible together with the children. So even as we read the Bible, some children are still very young and they are not able to read the Bible. So I would like for you to be able to open the scriptures with them and be able to read with them. As we give the story, even as we say the story, some children could lose attention and they could get distracted with a thing or two here and there. It is there for us, you know, as parents, as guardians, and just to help the children to pay a little bit more attention and even to ask questions and to ask them to keep on concentrating. When we are doing our arts and craft, okay, we realize that some of the children are still very young and they're not able to either write, color, or even cut out some of the things that we are doing. It is there for our place as parents, guardians, and even older brothers and sisters to be able to help them through that. The other thing about the art and craft, this is something that can be a reminder, okay, for the whole week until we do our lesson again, or even a continuous reminder of some of the lessons that we are learning with the children. As we go through the Bible, one step at a time, I would like to ask you, parents and guiders and everybody else, just as a family as a whole, that you would be there to be able to help to grow our children. Okay, I want to share with you a scripture which is found in Luke chapter 2 verse 52, and this is what he says. Jesus grew up into a man. He became strong and he could understand more and more things. People thought that he was a good man, and God also thought well of him. Okay, this is where we get our theme, where we say growing up in God's ways. As children, as the children continue growing, I want us as parents, as guidance, as brothers and sisters, as a family as a whole, to help children to grow in God's way. So welcome to our lesson today, and I hope that God will bless you in everything that we do.
Hi, welcome to our lesson today. We are excited to have you here.
Yes.
And to talk about the children of Israel.
Yes.
So today we are going to start with reminding ourselves what we learnt about last time. So you remember we talked about the Israelites and something very scary that happened to them.
Yes, I remember. Okay, so the children of Israel were so used to complaining and grumbling.
Yeah.
And this time round they were complaining and grumbling again. The craziest thing is that they used to complain a lot about food. So at this time they said there's no food. But it's not, was it that there was no food?
Of course there was food.
Yes.
God was providing for them manna, but they were like, we are tired of this horrible manna
Can you
that God
imagine?
keeps sending to us.
Yes.
We want pomegranates, grapes, and figs, because they had seen that from Canaan.
Yeah, the time when they went to Canaan. And the sad thing is, when this time they complained and they said that the manna that God was giving them was horrible, God decided to teach them a lesson. And the lesson he taught them is he allowed there to be snakes that were everywhere in the camp, and those snakes, they actually darted and they bit them, and so many of them became sick. Some others even died. Okay, so they came back. So some people came back to Moses and they said, Moses, you know, we are sorry, we've complained against you and God. Please pray to God so that he can help us. And when Moses prayed, God told him to build a snake, and it was made out of bronze. So the snake was made out of bronze, and so when he built it, he put it on a pole that was very high up. And when he put the snake there, and everybody who looked up at that pole and that snake, they actually got better. Okay, so this time round they got better because they did what they were told, and then the people were able to get better.
And so remember, kids, you say there's nothing magic. There was nothing magical about this snake. Just that God wanted the children of Israel to learn how to trust him and to depend on God and to look up to God.
Yes.
So today I'll start with a question. how many of us have animals at home? Do you talk to your animals? Do you talk to your pets, your cat, your dog? Do you ever talk to them? Have they ever answered you back? Just imagine what you would do if your animal talked back to you.
Yes, I have pets. I have cats and I also have dogs. Okay, and yes, I do talk to the dogs and I do talk to the cats, but they have never answered me with a human voice. They have never answered me. Yeah.
So you just imagine, what would you do if your pet or any animal at home answered back? Like with words, like the way we are talking. So today we'll talk about a donkey that answered back its master. In words, it actually spoke back to its master.
With words.
Yes. So the Israelites were actually wandering, as God has said, in the wilderness. But now they had come like close to the borders of Canaan. And now they had, you know, there were also other people living there. And every time they got into war with these people, they actually won. The Israelites won against them. So there was this specific king, the king of Moab. And this king's name was King Balak.
King Balak.
Now King Balak had that the Israelites always had victory over their enemies. And he knew they would get into war because now they were like close to the Israelites. So that he knew that when they got into war with them, his people, his army would be defeated with the Israelites. And he didn't want that to happen.
He was actually afraid.
He was afraid.
So King Balak was very afraid, and he didn't want, because he knew, because the Israelites had won all these wars with other people around them, and God had given them the victory. So he didn't want them to win, and he was afraid. So this king made a decision, and you know what he did? He called out for a prophet. Okay, and the name of this prophet was Balaam. So initially, or starting off, Balaam was a good prophet. Okay, and he used to listen to God. But then now he got greedy, and he wanted things. Now instead of serving God, he stopped serving God because he was greedy. So the king sent his servants to the prophet Balaam. And when the king sent his servants, he sent his servants with a lot of gold. So he sent him with all this gold at that time, because that's what they were using. Okay, so he sent the servants to go to Balaam with a lot of gold. So when the servants got there,
he actually remembered Balaam, it's because Balaam was a prophet, and every time he blessed people, they were blessed, and every time he spoke a curse, they were cursed. So now what he wanted is for Balaam to curse the Israelites, so that in case they get into war with his army, his army would defeat the Israelites.
So he actually wanted Balaam, the prophet, to curse them. So when the servants got there and they told Balaam, this gold is from the king and he wants you to come with us. So Balaam, even if he was not serving God, he prayed. He actually prayed and he asked God, what should I do? And God told him, no, I don't want you to go with the servants,
because I don't want you to curse those people. They are my people, and I have blessed them.
Because the Israelites were already blessed by God. So he told them that, and the servants went back to the king. So when the servants went back to the king even sent more servants with more gold. Okay, so the servants went back to Balaam's house, and when they went back to Balaam's house, this is what Balaam said: even if you give me all the gold,
even if the king gives me his palace full of gold and silver, I still will not go against God.
So he said he will still obey God. Okay, but then now when the king had this, he was just thinking, oh, you know, this is not what the king wanted to hear. But the thing is this: God knew that Balaam wanted to go.
Because of all the gold. You remember we said he was greedy? So God knew his heart, and he knew he really wanted to go. So in the night, God appeared to Balaam and told him, you can actually go with the messengers back to King Balak. But you have to say only what I tell you to say.
So Balaam actually went because God actually gave him permission to go. Okay, so the next day on their way, so Balaam is on his donkey and they are going, you know, and the donkey is walking and Balaam is on it and they are going, and he's happy and he's thinking, I am going to go. Now the reason why he's happy is because he's already gotten gold. You understand? So then now when he started now going on that path, something happened. An angel appeared
with a sword.
Imagine. An angel appeared with a sword in his hand.
So now the funny part is that the donkey saw the angel,
Yes.
but Balaam did not see the angel.
Yes, that was crazy, because now you're thinking, because Balaam is a prophet, maybe
He's a person.
Yes, he's supposed to see the angel, but he did not see the angel. So the donkey saw the angel blocking the path with the sword. So you know what the donkey did? It came out. It came out from the path
into the
field, and it went out there into the field. And when he did that, Balaam was so angry.
And he started
beating it, and he beat the donkey with a stick, and he beat it, okay?
And brought it back to
the path.
Yes.
And when he brought it back to the path the second time round, the angel appeared.
And the donkey saw the angel again.
Yes.
And now the donkey was scared, and it actually like went to
back
the wall.
and went towards a wall.
And this time it crashed Balaam's foot,
because Balaam was on it, and his foot was crushed on the wall.
Yes.
So after his foot was crushed on the wall, he was still angry, and he still beat that donkey.
Actually, when he got hurt, he even beat the donkey.
Because he was more angry.
He was in pain.
Yes.
But then again, a third time, the angel appeared.
Yes.
But now this time, where the angel appeared,
yes,
there was nowhere the donkey would run to.
Yes.
So what the donkey did, it laid
down, and it just laid down right
there.
And at this time round, still Balaam is still
angry, and he got more angry, and he beat him. And then
suddenly the donkey spoke.
And the donkey asked Balaam, "Why are you beating me? What have I done for you to beat me these 3 times?"
Yes, these 3 times. And then, can you imagine? Balaam answered the donkey. He was so angry, he didn't even realize that the animal was talking. So he answered it, and he said, "You have made a fool out of me. You know, why are you not going? You've made a fool out of me." And then after he said that,
the donkey answered him back again and said, "I have served
you all this time. All these years I have served you. You know, have I ever done anything like this?" And at that time, God allowed for Balaam's eyes to be open, and then after that he saw the angel.
He saw the angel with the sword. And the angel told him,
yes,
had the donkey not turned away from me, you could be dead by now.
Yes, he would have been a dead man, because the angel who had the sword was going to kill him.
Yes.
Okay? And at that time, Balaam repented. And he said, "You know what? I'm going to go back." But the angel said, no, don't go back. You continue with your journey, but when you get to where you're getting to the king, make sure you say everything that God has told you to say.
Yes.
Bless the Israelites and don't curse them. So he got to the king.
Yes.
But before he even said anything, he told the king, you know, that I am only going to say what God has told me to say.
Yes.
And that's exactly what he did. 3 times.
3 times he opened his mouth.
Yes, and
all that would come out of his mouth
blessings over the Israelites.
The king brought him here to curse the Israelites.
Yes.
But now Balaam is here, and all that he's speaking is blessings and blessings
over the Israelites.
Yes.
So he blessed the Israelites 3 times.
Yes. And the king was so angry. And he said, he actually asked him to leave and go back home.
Yes, but he told him, "There's nothing I could have done.
I told you
that I was going to say only what God has told me," and God had told him to say a blessing.
Yes.
And before he left, this is what Balaam said. He actually told the king of the Moabites that there was actually somebody who was going to rise, from the Israelites,
and that the Israelites will destroy the city.
Yes, and the Israelites will be able to destroy the city of Moab and be able to take over.
Yes.
Okay, so the amazing thing is this: it doesn't matter what our enemies try.
Yes.
When God is on our side, when God has said He's going to bless us, we will always be blessed, because nobody can be able to curse us.
Yes.
So children, I want you to remember, when God has blessed you, it doesn't matter how much money there is. It doesn't matter how much money somebody is given.
It doesn't matter what the devil brings, whether good or bad.
Yes.
God's love will always overwhelm everything.
Yes. And that's such a nice story, because we know God had said that the children of Israel were blessed, so nobody could be able to curse the children of Israel. And he even made sure that an animal,
a donkey
speak, so that that the children of Israel were not cursed. Yeah. And that's such a wonderful story. We always need to remember that God, if God has blessed us, we will always be blessed. Okay? And that's his love towards us.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to sing a song that talks about the blessing that God has blessed us with.
Yeah.
And with that blessing we can never be cursed.
Yes, we can't
so
be cursed.
please stand up and
let's all stand up so that we can be able to sing this song together with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi kids, it's time for us to sing our song. So everybody get up and help us sing this song about the blessings of God. Let's sing. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you. Be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you. Be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. Generations and your family and your children and their children and their children. May his presence go before you and behind you and beside you, all around you and within you. He is with you, he is with you in the morning, in the evening, and you're coming and you're going, in your weeping and rejoicing. He is for you, 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 he is for you.
So kids, we're back again to do our craft, and today we'll do a fun craft. Okay, so we talked about the donkey that was able to talk. Okay, most of our pets don't talk, but this donkey had to talk because Balaam the prophet was not seeing the angel in front of him. Okay, so what we're going to use today is just a brown paper, and this is the paper that we have here, and it has to be square. Okay, so all the four sides are all equal. Okay, so then the first thing you do is you fold it out this way. Okay, and when you're done with that, you open it, and then you make sure you fold the other side one more time. Okay, and then after folding it on the other side one more time, making sure everything is equal, okay, you make sure that you fold this paper this way so that it's one side is longer than the other. Can you see that pointy side? And you make sure that it comes right in the center there. Okay, so when the straight side is on top, you fold it and make sure that it has a pointy side. Okay, and it somehow does look like a kite. Okay, so when you're done folding it like that, okay, you make sure that you turn
this side, you see the way it looks? It actually does look like a kite. So when you're done doing that, the thing that we are going to try and do now is make the donkey's ears. You know, we all know that donkeys have got very long ears, okay? So this is what we do. You kind of like fold it out like that. It's really like another triangle, but not really a triangle, okay? So you fold it out that way, and then you do the exact same thing on the other side, okay? This space here is the one that tells you how much you need to fold so that you can get your donkey's ears, okay? So after you're done doing that, make sure you're able to turn this paper over to the other side, okay? Just making sure that everything is folded up, okay? So then now you turn it, this flap that you already have, then you take this paper and you actually fold it in like this, you know, kind of like putting the point in there. Okay, so that's one end, you fold that side and you make sure the ear flap is back. You turn it over and you do the exact same thing. It kind of like goes a little bit under, okay? And it's also another triangle. And then when you fold it, this is how it looks, okay? Then the last thing that we are going to do in our fold is this pointy triangle here. We're going to make sure we fold it in, okay? So that somehow does look like a donkey, but to make it look like a donkey, what we are going to do is we are going to have a black color, because that's what we are going to use. So we are going to take that black color and we are going to put like little hairs and fluffs, because the donkeys sometimes that's what they have. So you put that right there and then you make sure you color it all the way inside, okay? All the way inside, you color it inside there. Then when you're done coloring that, okay, let's draw some eyes. There's that center line, so you make sure everything is like right there in the middle. So you draw an eye on one end, and then you make sure you draw an eye on the other side. Okay, let me try and make this an eye. You put an eyebrow somewhere there, then you draw a little circle inside and color it, leaving one side open so that the donkey can look like it's looking at you, okay? I can see you laughing, Teacher Rachel. You like your donkey?
Yeah,
and the eyes. Okay, and then now we draw like the mouth right there. Then after drawing the mouth, there you draw like the nose on one end and the nose on the other end. And we put like a curve over there. And that, there we have it. Our donkey is done. Doesn't that look like a donkey?
It does.
Okay? So every time you look at this donkey of yours, you will remember that God used a donkey to speak to a prophet that was not necessarily serving him, but he was able to go, and instead of cursing the people of God, he blessed them 3 times because God had told him to bless him. And that's it for today, okay? So we'll see you next time, and then we'll see what happens to the children of Israel. So for now, bye.